Mr. John Boy's Corner, and today I'm going to be sharing with you PhD research opportunities that you're going to be studying and you're going to get paid for. And what have you got to lose? Nothing. Your school fees is going to get paid, and you're still going to be paid stipend as well towards your living expenses, towards accommodations, towards your bill. Oh, what's a good offer, isn't it? So that is why I'm going to be sharing some tips with you before we move into the scholarships in proper. But I want to remind you, the scholarship I'll be sharing with you today, they've got closing days ranging from the 9th of January to 30th of January. So that is why you can't avoid to wait around. You just have to look for it. I will be leaving the links right in the description for this video. You can click any one you like and apply online. But one thing I need to let you know is before you get application done for PhD, you need to write your PhD research proposal, and you need to write also your supervisor. Get people that are interested in your area of research to supervise you and provide further guidance, because every school has actually got their regulations. So when you have contacts in the school, it's always a good thing. It helps you to navigate your way through the schools and the school system. So that is why it's always good to have your supervisor in hand before you write research proposal. But note this, you need a PhD supervisor and you need a research proposal to get started. But the good news for these scholarships I'm bringing for you today is not all of them actually require you to contact a supervisor before you apply. Some already have the topics pre-selected, so you can pick from any of the topics that they pre-selected for you and work on them. Just what you need to develop is how you can implement those researches in terms of what method you're going to be using to carry them out, and also how you're going to build up theories or literature that leads to statement problem on these topics. So let's get on. First thing I would like to know is the fact that when you're talking of research proposal, you're talking of a summary of what you want to do. One thing you should know here is the fact that you've not done the research, isn't it? So that is why you won't have to put conclusion, you won't have to put a result. So all they are interested in seeing in your research proposal is an indication to show that yes, you're capable of doing research. And how did you show that? You show that by being able to develop theories or literature that leads to the topic you want to discuss. Now create a problem from that topic, because it's this problem that you'll be solving in your research. Some call it research question. So it can be a research question, it can be an aim for your study. So you build up literature to lead to this aim, to lead to this research question. So from the research question now, you can now develop what kind of method you'll be using to conduct the research. And when I'm talking of method, I'm talking of, are you going to be using a qualitative method, or are you going to be using a quantitative method, or you'll be using the mixed methods approach? So you need to identify all this. You need to make sure all these are sorted, and these are things they would like to see in your research proposal. So, and these links I will be sharing with you today, some of them require you to write at least 1,000 words research proposal before you can apply, and some actually require you to write about 5 pages. And in the 5 pages, it has to be font size 11 and spacing of 1.5, margin of about 2 millimeter. So they've already describe how the font they want you to use, the formatting of your pages. So, but you are not expected to write more than 5 pages. So that is why when I leave the links in the description, read the instructions on what is expected of you to do. Now, some of these research opportunities are open to people they call BAME, say Black, Asian, and minority ethnic group in UK. Now, when you talk of black, you're talking of people from Africa, people from Caribbean. Then when you're talking of Asian, obviously we're talking of people from Pakistan, people from China, people from India, all these and other people in the Asia part of the world, they are all classified as Asian. Then they've got the Gypsy people, the Irish travelers, all these are part of BAME. So, and every other people that fall into the category of mix, you're mix between these groups, or you're mix between black and white, mix between African and white, mix between Indians and white, all form of mixed race. They are all classified as BAME. So some of these research opportunities are targeted for the BAME. So if you're from Africa, for instance, you can apply. But there's a particular one that is only targeted to the BAME session in the UK. Now, this is from University of Portsmouth. So the research opportunity is only open for UK residents and the BAME group of UK residents. But there is another one, which is the Loughborough University. That one is open to BAME and international students. So if you're from Africa, you are welcome. If you're from Caribbean, you're welcome as international student. So it's not only for UK residents. So take notes. And also the courses this scholarship opportunity covers ranges through course subjects or disciplines such as accounting and finance, business management, policing, strategy, leadership, entrepreneurship, and enterprises, innovations, operation management, supply chain management, sociology, criminology. So all these subject groups are covered. So if you're in any of these subject areas, then your application is welcome in any of these research opportunities I will be putting in the description. Now, the duration of study. The duration of study for PhD depends on whether you're studying full-time or you're studying part-time. If you're studying full-time, it ranges from 3 to 5 years. And if you're studying full-time, part-time, it ranges from 5 years to 8 years. But your scholarship probably for full-time may cover between 3 years to 4 years. And for part-time, may cover from 5 years to 8 years. And so also are the scholarship opportunities I will be leaving in the description also. They cover for PhD, for full-time PhD students, they expect most of them, their expectation of your duration is 3 to 4 years. And for the part-time student, the expectation for your duration of study is 5 to 8 years. But the good news here is some of this opportunity still pay you as a part-time student the minimum, so they pay you the minimum stipend for research student. And how do you know the minimum stipend? And that is always popular, UKRI. UKRI is United Kingdom Research and Innovation, is a council for research group in the UK. So they always publish the payment, the minimum payment for researcher and for research students. So for research students for this year is 17,668. So even as a part-time student, some of the universities still want to pay you the minimum stipend for full-time. So it's a very good opportunity for you to take. If you're probably got something you're doing and you're resident in UK, it's something you can do as a part-time. But if you're not, if you're probably international student, the part-time requirement may not, your visa requirement may not be met by part-time program. That is why you may need to apply for the full-time program. But nevertheless, you're still going to be paid. Moving on then like I said, there are opportunity, just you've got the same opportunities for the international student and for the UK resident. So because they've got different school fees, for resident they pay lesser school fees than international student. So when scholarship is given, most of the time they tend to pay the international student more. For instance, with Edge Hill University, they pay the UK resident, they pay them about £26,000, while they pay the international student about £34,000, and that is to cover the differences in their school fees. So, and also, if you look at it, averagely, international student is paid £34,000 annually for research, which is a good thing. And also, what you should understand is there are some universities that pay higher than this. Some pay higher. When the NHH School of Economics in Norway pay about £41,356 for for a research student, which is a great thing. Which is an opportunity you shouldn't let slip you by. And their closing time for the application is going to be by